know why. It didn't drop any frames at all. Just went away. So anyway, we had three lineups to go over yesterday or today. Two $4 lineups and then a $12 lineup. This was our first lineup. We had Odisimer and Lee. Like I said, I had a decent feel about Lee. He did well. 18.75 for only $6,700 arm. Definitely take that. Odisimer, not bad either. We were able to get the win from both of them. I had talked about the possibility of a Wyvern stack and didn't follow through with it full on. Still did a fairly decent stack with the Wiz. Jang was a great pick at 3,200 at catcher, getting a home run, 2 hits, 3 RBIs, and all that. Overall, though, this was not quite good enough to get us into the money. Second lineup. Get rid of that. Second lineup. Pretty similar results. Slightly better. Another $4 lineup. Where we went with our two super cheap arms. The two Lees. One Lee did great. Other one, not so much. But cheapest arm in the league and didn't lose us points. So hey, I'll actually take that. And then overall, we wound up getting performance from all of our players. Again, Jang, Kang. Like to see a little more from that for a $5,300 guy. Sao Jung. Kim again got a home run, so you can't complain about that. Rojas, pretty good, 11 points. Lee, good work there. Again, though, just not quite enough to get through on that one. And then the last lineup was our $12 lineup. This was the $12 single entry, which we have here. And this one was pretty good overall. Could have done better, actually. I mean, obviously, if we would have gone with Odisimer and Lee from the Wyverns, along with this batting roster here, could have done even a little bit better, maybe 4 points more, right? But again, on this one, hey, not bad at all. Again, we wound up with everybody contributing. We should have kept our money-saving catcher, and everybody got even more money. Overall, though, this one was good enough to get us into the money. And this was a $12 entry that got $30. So that definitely covered our $20 worth of entries. And put us $10 up there. So that's pretty decent. So now, like I said, there are there's a number of things happening tomorrow. We've got the KBO happening. We've got the MMA, and then the NASCAR. I think I'm gonna hold off on NASCAR until tomorrow. Just to because there's 20. It's called the Night of Champions or something like that, and they've got 20 racers, and 16 of them are determined already. The other 4 are determined by preliminary races earlier in the day, as well as a fan vote. Um, I don't know exactly how they're gonna work that. Are they gonna throw those people in? We might do a quick look at the KBO tonight. I mean, sorry, at the NASCAR tonight, just to get an idea. But I think overall we're looking at just doing the uh, the KBO and the MMA tonight. We've also got the golf tournament coming up. I did get a profit boost, or no, I'm sorry, an odds boost from DraftKings to on to bet on whether or not Tiger would make the cut. Um, and they boosted his odds up pretty significantly. It was from, I think he's coming in at negative minus 275 odds to make it. So you'd have to bet a good bit to win anything. And they boosted the odds up to a plus 125. Maximum $50 bet. So I went ahead and threw in the $50. Because it just, I think it makes sense. And I also have a $20 bet option where if I bet at least $20 on some other pre-tournament, so before the tournament starts, get a bet in on the golf tournament. Then during the tournament, I will get a free $20 bet to place on whatever else I want. I know I'm going to make a $20 bet on something. It has to be odds minus 250 or better. Meaning close to 0 or positive. So I know I'll be doing that because I want to play something on a top 30 or top 20 or something. So I'll wait until tomorrow to do that and then take advantage of that during the tournament. As far as MMA sportsbook goes, it's a tough. Let me log on in here. Yeah, there's not a ton of odds that I loved for this event coming up. Let's see. So, yeah, they haven't given any kind of see if there's any odds boosts that are worth it. No, there's no odds boosts that are worth it from the MMA side as of right now. If we look at are there any is there any number of parlays that we would like. Nothing. Nothing that I can. Nothing that I see that I love. Yeah, I mean, there's a number of potential upsets, like Michailidis against Bukauskas. That could be an upset, but I'm not digging on that one. I mean, we could look to maybe parlay together a few of the heavier favorites. But I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. Let me see. If we would take Khamzat Chimaev and pair him up with, let's say, Jack Shore. Yeah, I mean, that even those odds are barely. They're still not good. You'd still need to pick. The next biggest favorite is that Razak, but that fight scares me, man. That fight scares me is because they're both going to be big punchers. They're both going to be big punchers. The fight, the top, the main card, the Qatar versus Aish. Qatar is fairly heavy favorite. If we did take Qatar, that's still even those three. Yeah, those three guys still don't bring the odds back to even. You'd have to still throw in Razak. You have to go the 4-fight parlay there just to get back to better than even odds. That's not worth it. There's too much that can go wrong there. Too much that can go wrong there. You got the one, the big, the big striking match is that Razak versus Lazez. You know, and Lazez is coming in at plus 260. That's definitely if I do anything, I might just wait until tomorrow as far as the sports book goes. And see if there's any you know, it might be steering away from the sports book for this one. But let's do a rundown of see what kind of roster we can put together. So here we go. All right, let's do that. That should work. So, who are we looking at? What can we build here? Let's see. And this is going to be a $33 583 person entry. All right, so what's the right up here on? See, Kazma. Right, so Shemaev, Kamzat Shemaev. I took this fight on late notice, but it appears to be a good matchup for him. I think that let's see. Yeah, all right. So Shemaev is a pretty big favorite, and it's pretty heavy odds for the fight to finish early. Probably, I think they're expecting a submission. Um, well, Kamzat here has the big advantage on the ground. Both guys have power. Phillips appears to be a better striker, but Kamzat from what I'm seeing, should dominate on the mat. So if he takes him down, he's going to get it. So this is not a bad price at all for a fight that's so heavily favored to finish. If we take him, I mean, we know we're gonna need an upset pick somewhere, or a more affordable pick somewhere. Now, Jimmy Rivera has lost 3 in his last 4. Stamen fought just last month. And I kind of like the price on Rivera. If people don't do their research here, you might have a lot of people moving towards Stamen, who has not fought the same level of competition as Rivera. He's lost 3 out of his last 4, pretty much to elite folks, like that Peter Yan, who just scored 155 some odd fantasy points in the last in the last event. They both lost to Sterling. Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's nobody that is McKenna Santos, right? This is the one that's the most evenly matched fight. Was that even worth picking somebody in? Right. Molly McCann and Talia Santos. Molly McCann and Talia Santos. Molly McCann's nickname is the Meatball. So she gets a plus from me based on that alone. That's a tough one. That's going to be a hard fought fight, apparently. That's going to be a hard fought fight. The main reason to go with Santos appears to be the salary relief. The salary relief at 8 grand. McCann has won 3 straight, all by decision. I don't know. Let's see. This is going to be a tough lineup to build for sure. This is going to be a tough lineup to build. You know, I think that the biggest chance at a upset is Lazzez because these two are going to hit each other. And they both have knockout power. But it really seems like Al Hassan is the one to be fearful of. Oh, man. Let's see. Ramos is coming in at 8,800. Now, Ramos has a big advantage on the ground. He's also a good tactical striker. He just doesn't throw a lot of volume. But Murphy got taken down 6 times in his last fight. If we take Ramos, then we're definitely moving into territory where we need someone that's going to, do damage or at least get a lot of points, even though you might lose. Well, let's see. There's some disagreement in terms of the main fight. All right. So there's one one article that seems that Qatar should be able to win relatively easily. The other articles all seem to think it's got a good chance of going the distance. Neither individual has been stopped via strike in their career, and that Aj at least has a chance. That's a great price. And if this could go 5 rounds, I should at least put some points on the board. And we need some salary relief. I think Aj is the way to go for us here. Even if we're not confident in him winning it, I think it makes sense to take him here. This one scares me just because it's not going to go the distance. So you're either taking Lazez, hoping for an upset knockout, or you're going with Al Hassan because he's the favorite. I I'd love to get Jack Shore here, but he's going to be hard pressed since we still need some kind of salary cap relief here. Let's take a look. All right, I mean, the Jared Gordon Chris Fishgold fight. Um, Gordon's got the edge on the feet. Fishgold's got the edge on the ground. Everything that I read here makes me think Fishgold's a good one to pick as a potential underdog. That leaves you with two folks left, and then you're confronted with, do you want to go Jack Shore? Do you want to go Al Hassan? Al Hassan's essentially been, he had some kind of legal problems. I don't know the specifics behind it, but has been pretty much inactive for 2 years. But this guy hasn't fought in the UFC before. But still, I mean, let's take a look at Jack Shore. If we put Jack Shore in there, that leaves you with 7,900 for your last spot. Where are you going to go then? You know, we might look at, who would we drop? If we were going to drop between Ramos and may have. We like Ramos. I mean, I like the write up on Ramos there. All right. I think this is a legit lineup. Start here. I think you could go. You can go Shore. You could switch Shore out for Al Hassan if you wanted to. Um, that would give you an extra $200. Give you 8,100. That doesn't give you a huge bonus. You could maybe go Santos, although I don't particularly like her. Uh, yeah, you don't gain a lot by switching from Shore down to Al Hassan. Um, I like Jack Shore to get off to an early lead. I like the write up on Ramos probably being able to take down Murphy a good bit, and that's where Ramos has his advantage. I like the write up on Kamzat here. First of all, I love the name. Kamzat is awesome. Um, so I like those three, but then obviously you're moving into a situation where you gotta pick some upsets. Yeah, I mean, I think you've got. I think you've got Jack Shore, Ramos, and Kamzat there are great picks to win it. Even if you drop yeah, you're not going to be able to work your way up to Belbida. That's another great name. Certainly not going to be able to work your way up to Bukauskas. Yeah, yeah. There's at least one individual picking Michaelidis to possibly upset Bukauskas. I think there's a few things you could do. I like Dan Ige for what I'm reading as a good money saver and a good chance to get some points. And even give him an outside shot at an upset. Fish gold, I think, is a good chance for an upset. So then you would just have to settle in on your third pick, someone like a Stallman in a fight that's going to be close. Or go for a big upset like Michaelidis here, who is live for a knockout at least. And Lazez as well. I mean, again, like I mentioned, Lazez is a guy that is coming in with a lot of punching power. He's just facing a guy that probably has more punching power. So that'll be a tough one to figure out. No one seems to be taking Lazez, even though he's the biggest potential salary relief. Yeah, no one's going to take Shore, obviously. So, hey, if you're in a big GPP, if you're in a big GGP, one of the, you know, thousands upon thousands of people, I wouldn't steer completely clear of Lazez. I would still steer clear of Phillips. But Lazez is at least alive because it's good. Because Al Hassan's not going to take him down either. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a punching fight. One of those fights where they punch each other. So I'm probably going to go with this base lineup And then look to fill in these guys, maybe a Stallman, and see how that goes. And I don't think, even after having gone through this, I think we ran through all the odds there. There's nothing that's gonna call me as far as the sports book goes on the MMA. Yeah. So we're gonna stick with that. We're gonna go with that sort of setup right there. All right. Done with UFC. Move on over and see what we can see about some Korean baseball. All right. Let's see, where is it? All right. Korean baseball. Right now, I'm just looking at probably doing one lineup. Haven't been through the rosters yet, though, so you know how that can change. And right now, I'm looking at a $27. No, I'm sorry, $12. $12 single entry lineup. What do we got? Who's pitching against the Eagles? Ha! Min-Soo Kim. Terrible pitcher from the Wiz. Down at 5,500. Going against the Eagles. Min-Soo Kim gives up hits and walks and runs. I mean, the Eagles have a worse record against righties than they do against lefties, even. It's close. Yeah. It's slightly worse. Min-Soo Kim comes in at 5,300, man. And you know, not a lot of people are going to take him. But this is only a 147 person tournament. So I don't know if it necessarily plays well to be taking Min-Soo Kim in that tournament. So now all of a sudden, of course, I'm thinking of a second tournament. Um, well, you got Jokic. That's the Hulk. Going against the Houston, you got Alcantara. Alcantara. K-Rock. Not sure where K-Rock is. Alcantara. Going against the Wyverns. 8 wins, 1 loss. Almost a 6-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Yeah, you gotta like you some Alcantara today. Jokic is the most expensive guy going against the Dinos, and the Dinos had a bit of a poop game. Yesterday, I think they lost 5-1. They've also lost 2 in a row. They don't lose. I don't know if they've lost 3 in a row all year. The Heroes are now in second place, 5 games behind the Dinos. I'd be hard pressed to go. You know, it's hard to go against the. Well, what else we got? Drew Gagnon. Yeah. I mean, the strikeouts are good. And only 1 home run. That's very impressive. Oh, man, sleep ball's hitting me. K-Rock! There she is. My savior. Don't like his stats, man. He gives up way too many hits. Pinto. This guy also gives up too many hits. And too many walks. Look at those walkouts to strike ratio. That's not what you're looking for. That's not right. Wilson. The Giants have done what now? They're on a losing streak, I think. No, 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 no. My bad. The Twins. The Twins are the ones on the losing streak. They've lost 4 in a row. The Giants have won 2 in a row. Twins are that anomalous team. I need energy. Stat. Stat.
I'm gonna need that when I come in.
Stat.
You got it. If I don't give this, I'm gonna pass out from here exhaustion. And then I won't be able to get you your energy.
I hear you. Alcantara is definitely looking at my lock. 9,500. Alcantara. The question then there is, who else do we go with? Nothing too impressive there. Can't like this. I wonder what the odds are on that game. The Heroes, I would think, should be favored. You got two rough pitchers going up against each other with the Eagles and the Wiz. I mean, is that going to be a shootout? Is that going to be a game where people just... Ugh.
Stat that.
Oh. Nice. 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 All right. All right. Let's see. What if we? I don't. If we do this, if we take Jokic and Alcantara, the top 2 price guide, which is usually not the strategy I go with. That leaves you with 3812 for your entire average for the rest of your what do you call it, lineup. Let's see what we can see. Potential money savers that I like here. I think we gotta look at Jin Hung Choi for the Eagles, right? I mean, we're not Eagles fans, obviously. No one except people that live in that province should be a fan of theirs right now. But he's batting cleanup. He's batting 286. Not great, not terrible. Three home runs in his last 6 outs. Oh, yeah, he must be getting hot. But he bats cleanup, and he's going against Min-Soo Kim, right? For the Wiz. He's going up against this guy. Who got the win last time out, but not super impressive. 3 earned runs, giving up 7 hits, walked 4. And plus, this guy's only 3,500. How can we pass him up? If we're going to go with those top 2 pitchers. If we throw him in there, that takes an outfield spot. Obviously, it doesn't do a lot right off the bat. Brings it up to 38.57. All right, but then we can also look on the opposite side of that slate at Jung Dae Bae. Right there. Also in the outfield, he bats 6th. And he's going against the Eagles. You do that. Now you're up to 39.16. You're starting to climb out of the hole a little bit. A little bit. Not a lot, but a little. Alright. Alright. And then maybe who do we like better? Well. Chong. Um, there are a few more money savers that you can go with here to conceivably make those pitchers work. You've got Aesopson in the outfield for the Giants at 3,800. That bumps you up a little bit. A bigger saver is Hoon Jung at second base, also for the Giants. He's at 3,600. Cheng Jin Lee for the Tigers, batting leadoff. He's at 3,400. Chung Woong Lee for the Twins, batting leadoff, is at 2,900. Not a significant savings. Chung Woong Lee, huh? Take a look at Chung Woong Lee. Chung Woong Lee's in the outfield. So that would tie up the rest of our outfield position. But he went 0 for 4 last night, but he went 3 for 5 before that, and 2 for 4, and 2 for 3. He's doing pretty good before last night. If we would take Chung Woong Lee and get up to 4,100, all right, and then we decide, is there any kind of stack that we want to or can afford to go with here? I mean, you gotta, you definitely gotta think thrice before going with some kind of Eagles stack. We could go with Unwon Jung, who has second and third base eligibility, bats second for the Eagles. He's coming at 4,200. Which is right, right in the wheelhouse of what we'd be looking for. And would pair up with Choi, who's batting cleanup pretty decently. Right here, we could throw him at second base for now. I'd love to try to get Bakho Kang in here, but I think he's just going to be too. What does he do to us if we take him? 35. Oh, that's a punch to the gut. But that being said, you've still got your catcher and your third base, which are really, I mean, what we saw yesterday, uh, the money saving catcher was the way to go. It's hard to fill that position. And hell, look at this. Jae Hoon Choi plays for the Eagles, bats seventh. He's one of the top 4 projected catchers. Or we can veer off of there. We can go Ji Young Lee, who plays for the Heroes. We don't have him before, but he is super cheap at 2,600. He bats 5th. Why is he so cheap when he bats 5th? Maybe he sucks. Let's take a look at it. See how much he sucks. 2,600. Ji Young Lee. That's sure a lot. 2,600, guys, huh? Ji Young Lee right here. He doesn't suck. 326 batting average. 1 stolen base. Doesn't strike out much. I guess, was he injured for a while? I don't know. Went 3 for 3 earlier today. All singles, no RBIs, nothing fantastic there. I mean, how the hell is this guy? He's batting 5th. I mean, is that just... There's no RBIs and... I mean, I imagine that's why his salary's so low. It just seems shocking. I'm going to take him. Maybe. I'm going to take him. We're going to take him. Because if we take him, it bounces us back up to 39.50. And then we feel like we can definitely... I mean, let's just get Kang in there. We get Kang into our lineup. I think that we can make this work and be competitive here. You go with the top 2 pitchers. You get Kang in there. Lee is a great catching position right now, batting at home in the 5th position for like 2,600. It's a lot of money saving out here. That's the danger. And we have 2 Eagles on the team. But we can make it work. We can make this lineup work. I say Alcantara is your lock. I'm I'm not saying definitely go Alcantara and Jokic. I mean, I think Gagnon's a great pick here too. Well, not a great pick, but we'll save you $1,500. Uh, Either Wilson or Bike could be a way to get some money savers. And even though, I mean, obviously, there are some money saving options here with the Eagles with their hitters. I can't trust the Eagles, right? So I wouldn't fault somebody for falling back on the old on what we were doing a couple weeks ago and saying, hey, if somebody is fucking pitching against the Eagles, take the guy that's pitching against the fucking Eagles. So I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you. And Jokic is obviously a risk. I mean, he's going to be against the Dinos. You know, he's going to be against the Dinos. Now, that being said, the Dinos have struggled a little bit scoring runs lately, right? I mean, Sungbum Na is still out. So, I say Alcantara is your lock. I'm mostly looking best available here, but I'm probably going to try to close out a little bit of a whiz stack, and God help me, maybe a miniature eagle stack. Yeah, but I think that's probably I think that's probably where I'm going to leave it today. I don't think I'm going to build a second. I don't think I'm going to build a second KBO lineup tonight. So that will leave us with a total of $941.10 in our account at this point, since we drew down to 1,000 a week ago. Yeah, we started on my birthday on the 7th. But that is, again, including the $50 bet that we already have on Tiger, the $33 MMA fantasy lineup, a $33 PGA fantasy lineup, which we'll draft tomorrow, a $22.22 NASCAR lineup that we already have reserved for tomorrow, which we'll go through tomorrow, and a $3.33 lineup. So we've got, in addition to what shows as $941, we've got 50 on Tiger, 33 and 33. That's 66. That's 116. 22, that's 138. 3, that's 141. This one right here, $12. That's 100 and I lost track. 143, something like that. Oh yeah. So we're happy with that. Again, we're getting to play a lot of sports, a lot of fantasy sports, placing a lot of bets. Um, Slowly moving ahead again. Um, we'll see how it goes throughout the year. If we get to a certain point, I might withdraw back down to 1,000. I don't know. Um, just to. It all depends on what you want to get out of it. Right? It all depends on what do you want to get out of it. Um, do you want to keep on building up your bankroll and then get to a point where, hey, we're not playing, you know, like where we're at right now. Right now we're playing everything from $3 up to $12 as our regular thing, and then throwing in a $33 or a $44 tournament. Is that good? Are you happy with that? Um, I mean, hey, the $33 tournaments, you know, you gotta